Then for streaming.
Hello, video viewers of this YouTube channel. Welcome to another Heroes of the Week with me, Teacher Zdenek, and also Nrup from India. Hello, Nrup.
Hi, Zdenek. Hello, everyone. How are you, Zdenek?
I'm okay. I
Yeah,
just played some board games today. I went to the gym, played pickleball. I did a lot of things today, so I'm quite happy. I
sounds
think I
good.
had less. I didn't have any lessons. That's why. That's why I had so much time on my hands. So it's just
How
a
about
weird
your
day.
sleep? Were you able to
Pardon?
sleep yesterday?
Yeah, I had some problems with that, and there is going to be more information about that in this show as well. You will see.
Okay, cool.
But I
Yeah,
did get
well,
some sleep last night, so that's why I'm able to do the show. We are
mm,
doing it today, on Tuesday. Normally, this show is on Monday, so we apologize for that, and hopefully, some of you will be able to watch us live despite the change of the day.
yeah. Apologies, everyone, for the inconvenience. But as our channel, our show is relatively amateur, and it's just the beginning, so we tend to, have these small inconveniences.
Or
Yeah,
blips of form as well.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
After all, we're just casual football fans who just pop up
And
over here.
casual YouTubers as well. We should say
Uh,
that.
I must say, like for me, you're
You are a
already like,
YouTuber as well now, Noop. You have to accept it. I know you don't want to
come on,
accept it, but
no.
you are sort of a YouTuber.
Well, for a YouTuber, I have to be the part
Well,
of.
you are a
I have to be
regular.
an admin, more or less.
Okay, that's true, but you are a regular co-host at least.
I am.
So let's go. Team of the week, Noop.
Have you got
Kick
any?
us off, Noop. Kick us off,
Okay,
please.
okay. I would like to go with Fulham and
Fulham.
yeah, Fulham FC,
Yeah.
a club from London, and the answer is quite obvious. It's the reason that they won against Liverpool the last week, and it was a good win, 3-2. They were leading by 3-1, and then the game ended as 3-2. And it helped Arsenal to close the gap with the current leaders by just 1 point, but at
Yeah.
least something.
Yeah, Noop. And you can guess what my team of the week is. It's not going to be
Uh,
very hard.
West Ham.
Fulham,
Oh
not
my
West
God.
Ham. West Ham got a 2-2 draw.
Mm,
It's Fulham, of course.
mm,
We have a crossover today, and the same reason as you told me. I think the main thing is I think they deserve credit because not many teams have managed to beat Liverpool this season,
mm, mm.
and this is no mean feat. And
To
you
score
are
three
right.
goals.
Actually, my sort of prepared commentary was a bit different from yours because you are more of a positive guy, I guess, because you
Mm.
said Arsenal have closed the gap. But my commentary that I have in front of me, like some notes, is that this doesn't change anything.
Well, emotionally, yes, but mathematically, no. It does change something.
Mathematically, it's better, but yeah, is it really? Because
Yeah,
1 point closer, are they really going to be nervous about
they
not
could.
winning the title after seeing Arsenal struggle against Everton?
Well, let's not forget,
Yeah.
we did not struggle. We were more or less robbed off. On top of
Mm,
that, look, it's Liverpool. They have had some blips, some slips in the
yeah.
past, and I'm sure they won't forget that. And I'm sure they would like to be much more careful, much more, um, let's say, active during this part of the season to not
Yeah.
avoid a second one. And considering it's the fresh start for a Liverpool, and also it could be it's the beginning of an era and also the end of an era type of
Mm.
season. It's more like a twilight. It's more like a season where there is a sunrise and there is a sunset.
Noop, is turning into a poet, everyone.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Using all these metaphors, all these weather metaphors.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you look at the situation right now, that's what it looks like. So I'm sure they would like to end things in a much more uh, nice way, in a much more in a way where everyone remembers them in a nice manner.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, credit to Fulham for this. It doesn't change much, in my opinion. But Noop is positive. Arsenal are closing the gap,
I just believe in stats, mate. I
in
just
his
believe in
humble
stats.
opinion.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
humble.
Nope. We share this one. We have a crossover. Let's move on to our hero of the week. All right.
Could you tell me
Who's your
yours?
hero of
Because
the week?
could you tell me yours because I don't want to have the same one.
So you have two prepared. Are you telling me that you have
Yeah,
two
because I
prepared?
was prepared for the team
You
of the
have a
week as well as a
contingency
backup.
plan. You have a Hmm. Okay, don't worry. I can promise you. Okay, what if I promise you that we don't have the same one? I bet on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have the same one. I don't
Okay.
think we do.
Then
There's no
in my
chance because you don't even follow this team or this league. So there's no chance.
okay. Fair
Yeah,
enough.
go for it. Go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's
So
risk it. Let's risk it
okay.
for the biscuit.
Oh my God. Wow. You sound like a chef now. So I'm a poet and you're a chef.
Because I just played a board game called Rival Restaurants, which I don't know if
Hmm.
we played it together before, but it's
Uh,
a
I think I remember something related to restaurant,
yeah.
but I need to see the pictures of how the game looks like.
It was a Kickstarter game about you were running a restaurant and you were competing against other chefs who were running their restaurants, and you were buying ingredients and stuff like that. But anyway, we are getting sidetracked here. So, who is your hero of the week, Noob?
It has to be an ex-Arsenal player, probably from Hayland as well. I'm not talking about Emil Smith Rowe. I'm talking about Alex Iwobi, and
Mm,
for his performance against Liverpool, 1 goal, 1 assist. He was
okay,
the main reason why uh, we have to be grateful to Fulham.
okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, it's true that we don't have the same one, and there was no chance we would have it. Vasil Kusej.
Oh my God, who?
Who is
Vasil
that?
Kush sounds
Vasil
like
Kusej. Yes.
he's from
Okay.
Eastern
So
Europe.
he is. He is a Czech player. He used to play for Mladá Boleslav,
Hmm.
but the last transfer window, he was bought by Slavia Prague, which, as you know, is the kind of one of the two best teams in the league. Historically, Sparta and Slavia, right? So Slavia Prague, um, the better team of the last decade, you could say, even though Sparta won the two titles before this year. Not happening this time. Slavia, they are almost certainly winners.
Hmm.
But Vasil Kusej scored 2 goals, his first 2 goals for Slavia Prague. And these 2 goals helped his team beat Hradec Králové. So
Okay.
an important win for Slavia, even if they had lost it, it wouldn't probably mean much. But it's nice to see this player on the score sheet. He also has some um, caps, right? What's the word?
Yeah, caps.
Caps. Yeah, he has some caps. We can explain that word later, by the way. He played for the international team basically a few times already, and he's an interesting player. He's like very technical for the Czech player,
What
kind
sort
of
of player is he like?
unorthodox. He's like an AM attacking midfielder slash striker, but he's kind
Hmm.
of unorthodox for a Czech player because he is very technical and kind of
Hmm.
like goes for like creative solutions. Yeah, so he's a
Hmm.
bit of a interesting guy. So Vasil Kushay for me. Who is your hero of the week?
I already mentioned it's Alex Iwobi,
Oh my god, I always keep forgetting. Nope. Can All
which
right.
is why I would like to ask you
Yeah.
uh, to start your hero of the week so that we don't forget mine.
Yeah. No. You're right. You said Alex I will be the ex-Arsenal player. I remember him. He used to have afro, right? Not afro, like long
Uh,
hair.
he
Yeah,
used to have dreadlocks sometimes, but
dreadlocks. Dreadlocks. Yeah. But
yeah,
kind of like long ones.
long ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. that's that. And we are moving on to the villain of the week. So the bad guy, Noop. Who goes first, me or you?
I would like to hear yours.
Okay, my villain of the week is none other than Teacher Zdenek.
Why?
Because to be fair, I want to continue the tradition that occasionally we can have non-football um, people
Hmm.
winning these trophies, so to speak. And it's me. It has to be me because not only uh, did I not do the show yesterday with you, which was my fault because I hadn't had much sleep, and I told you I was so exhausted I couldn't do it. I'd had like 2 hours of sleep before yesterday's time of the show, so couldn't do it yesterday. Apologies for that again. Not only that, but also something happened to with the last week's video. It doesn't seem to exist anymore on the YouTube
How?
channel, even though we did record it live, and I can even see it here in the studio amongst the downloads. So something happened, or YouTube canceled it, or I don't know.
Well, I hope
You say
that.
something bad on the show, Nrupur. I don't know.
But does YouTube inform you if the video is taken down?
They should inform me. They didn't. So there's some sort of a
Hmm.
error. This is some error in Matrix or something. I don't
But
know.
but like normally speaking, I don't know how the YouTube studio or account works. But whenever you are putting any video that is live, is it automatically uploaded, or you have to
Yeah,
press
yeah,
some
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of?
It is. It is. That's why I don't understand how it could have disappeared.
Hmm.
It just makes no
Well,
sense whatsoever.
we
So
can
it's
try
gone.
contacting.
But I
We can try
could,
contacting. Yeah.
if people, in fact, if enough people are interested, if 3 people leave a comment that they really
Yeah.
want to see this video uploaded, I promise I will upload it. But it has to be 3 people telling me this. If it's just one person, I'm not doing it. I'm way too lazy for that because it takes time, because I have the download file. It just takes time to put it up, uh, keywords, put up the keywords. If you have ever done YouTube, you will know what I'm talking about. It's not
Yeah. You can
just
also
like
put some.
doesn't
You can
happen like
also.
that when you're making a video, guys.
You can also give us some advice, like why does this happen and what are the right steps for it. We would love to hear
Maybe.
your
Yeah,
advice,
if they
insights.
want, they can do that for sure. But
Yeah.
anyway, I'm the villain of the week. To be honest, I'm also the villain of the week for the third reason, and that is, yeah, Footgrish podcast is a bit of is kind of is on hold now. I've put it on hold. Yeah, I haven't published many episodes lately. I think the last one was like almost 1 month ago, and
Wow.
this is because I've got a bit of a writer's block, Nope. Yeah, I'm a little bit tired of football and of doing these shows, and I have 3 podcasts. Sometimes it just feels like it's too much. So sorry, listeners. I will see what I can do in the future. You tell me if you want me to continue with the Footgrish podcast. I would like to in the future because this is a season 1 of the Footgrish podcast, so there has to be season 2 at least, right? But yeah, just not doing it right now. So we will see what happens.
Yeah,
And
I
yeah,
would like to hear people's opinion as well, because your feedback matters to us a lot. And
obviously,
it
yeah,
just, I mean, it's not like uh, we just blindly post any videos or clips, but we just try to. Our aim is to make sure that this show, this channel, goes as high as possible without any problems.
yeah,
Because
yeah. Just what
after all,
we are doing our best as well, right? So we don't. Yeah, we are 2 blokes chatting about football. Yeah, 2 friends. But to be honest, we also want this to have certain level of quality, and we want this to be interesting for you guys, for viewers. So like we are trying, we are doing our best. We know it's not perfect, right? The backgrounds are not perfect, the sound isn't perfect, the what else is not perfect?
yeah,
A lot of
many
things
things are
are
not
not
perfect,
perfect,
but
but
at
that's
the end
not
of
the
the day,
point, right?
in when it comes to YouTube, like I don't think there is any way to
Yeah.
there is any proper way to gain views and get into the algorithm. Many times, most of the time, I believe it's the luck. You just have the
I
luck and
don't
you
think
just pop
it's a
up.
luck. I don't agree with. I don't believe in luck.
No, sure, but luck
I
as in like mathematical luck, where you know
no.
It's like one in 500 videos, or I don't
Yeah,
know how
but
many
it's
videos
not.
in life.
I think it's not about luck. Usually, the people who deserve to be okay, not always, but usually, I'm saying usually,
Yeah, that's the thing.
people who deserve to get that success will get that success because they are interesting, they are different, they are unique, or they just follow all the rules of making YouTube, which I don't. So I think it's not luck. I disagree with you on that, but sometimes luck could be a factor. I agree, but not necessarily the main one. Anyway, Noop, who is your villain of the week? I hope it's not me. I don't want to be a double villain. So
Okay, so it's been a long time since I mentioned uh, a villain of the week, because in the past couple of weeks I have always
yeah,
been mentioning villains,
like
or like a villain as in
the
body
board
of
and stuff
a
like that.
body of people. But this time it's got to be Stuart Atwell, and he was the VAR referee
Oh, yeah,
that
of course.
uh, that gave penalty to Everton player Iliman Ndiaye.
Okay.
And in my opinion, it wasn't a penalty at all.
It was the
I
Skelly
think,
one, right? The Skelly
yeah,
incident.
the Skelly one, easy. And in my
No,
opinion, it wasn't. Like, there's no
it
way.
was
If it wasn't,
very
if it wasn't,
suspect.
if it wasn't announced a penalty, I think that would have made more sense.
It was
Yeah,
very, very dodgy decision.
it was very dodgy, and that
He didn't
costed
even
us two
fall to
points.
ground, that player, but at the same time, he kind of impeded him. So I was also on the edge of the box, right? So it was a bit weird,
It
but
was on the edge of the box, but then
yeah,
the fall, the contact wasn't enough, in my opinion. Like, you could see that it was a dive. It was way
yeah,
too soft. There are
mm,
levels of softness as well, but this was way too.
yeah.
It wasn't even textbook tackle or dive.
It
This
was
was
a
a
bit
clear.
weird one, yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
checked through multiple forums just to double check what my
Mm,
opinion was, and turns out that, yeah, many people agree with me,
okay. Like
and I checked.
neutral fans as well, yeah.
Yeah, neutral fans as well.
Okay.
And yeah, it costed us two points. It costed us, uh, yeah, I mean, it just made us much more further than the title.
Yeah.
Even though we are 1 point closer to Liverpool, we could have been 3 points closer to Liverpool, and that could have spiced up the game, spiced up the league much more. But
Mm.
yeah, turns out that again, Arsenal have always been the victims of top four, or the champion, or the title, and I still stick to that. Let people speak what they want. I have the
Let's not
facts.
try, Noop. Come on. It just happened, yeah. I don't like
No,
it, but
I mean, even after VAR, the stats show that we have been the most affected team, or one of the most affected team, not only in Europe but
Wolves
Premier
have
League.
been affected more, I think. But
Sure, sure, but like,
okay.
for Wolves, I don't think they have more stakes than us. For us, back then it was top four. Now with the title, we also had
Oh,
titles back then,
yeah, there have been some weird decisions. I agree
and
with that.
I just stick to that. We deserve much
Mm,
more than this.
yeah.
And
Well,
Stuart Atwell, remember the name.
I still I still refrain from saying that there is an agenda against Arsenal. I don't think it's true. I think it sounds more like a conspiracy theory. Football fans
Well,
always want the best for their team, so I understand where you're coming from. Yes, I disagree with the decisions, but like
there's
this
no smoke without
happens.
fire, mate.
That's true as well. There's no smoke without fire. That's a good expression, by the way. I should probably explain that. There is no smoke without fire. I will explain it in the vocabulary section. Okay, takeaway. Okay, what's yours?
I would like to hear here, honestly, because I'm not that.
Okay,
I haven't got. Honestly, I haven't got my takeaway of the week that much, but I would like to hear yours.
okay. Mine is nothing too special. I'm just gonna say that Manchester teams have been absolutely awful this season and
Hmm.
also boring, really boring. And they have sort of done what they have been doing this season. They drew their game. It was a derby, a big Manchester derby, and it ended
Yeah,
in a goalless draw. Really lackluster, mundane stuff. 0-0. You want to see goals, especially in a derby. I also
You want to
heard
see
from,
more than just goals, like even if it's 0-0, I would like to see some action, some passion, some yellow
and this
cards,
was
some
this was not
fouls.
one of those games. It was just
Mm.
bad. I didn't see it, but I heard from people that this was a boring game.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if both the teams agreed. Like, you look, let's just play 0-0. We just both want to survive, get some points.
Yeah, but it's not like that, right? So
I know. I'm just
City are
kidding.
still
Like,
fighting for top four, right? So
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they
City
have
have got
there
huge
is a lot
stakes.
at stake. Whereas Manchester United, it's just about their pride, really, nothing else.
Yeah,
And,
they just want to end up in top 10 or top 6, I guess, somehow.
they want to end up in top 15, I think, Manchester United. So,
Mhm.
okay, what's your takeaway of the week, mate?
My takeaway of the week would be Atlanta Bergamo, and
The
the reason
Italian
is
team,
that, sorry,
the Italian team.
the Italian team.
Yeah.
And the reason is that they had amazing opportunity this week, and I just can't believe they bottled it. They had an opportunity to get 2 points, 6 points
Mm.
from of course they had two tough games, and they will be having tougher games
Mm.
in the upcoming weeks as well. But they played against Fiorentina and Lazio, and they lost the games. They
Both
lost both
games.
the games, and they had the perfect opportunity to close the gap with Inter Milan with 1 point, if I'm not wrong.
So what's their position in the table?
Currently, they are
Ah,
third, but they
third.
are just
Okay.
1 point off Bologna, which are fourth.
Right,
So if
right,
they
right.
lose the next game, which is against Bologna, then they're going to be in big trouble.
Yeah, no, that's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
I'm sure
So
our
I,
only
I was
fan.
really rooting. I was really rooting for them to at least close the gap with Inter or Napoli, because both the teams, Inter and Napoli, they have been really shaky this in the past few weeks, and they're just trying to allow each other get the top spot. So the Serie A is looking really amazing, really competitive. Uh, and this was just the perfect opportunity for Atlanta, the
Hmm,
possible underdogs of the season, to grasp the league, but
yeah.
they just haven't. And I think um, they might as well lose the top four position as well, because
Hmm,
Lazio is 3 points away, 3 points behind them. Juventus
yeah.
is 2 points behind them. So they lose one game and they just drop um, like 2, 3 positions, and they could be
Hmm,
out of Europe as well.
yeah. Well, interesting choice. I think this will go down well with our only fan, Gianluca,
Gianluca, yeah, I would
the
like to
only
hear.
person that comments under the videos. So I have to say, this one is for you, Gianluca. Something from the Italian league, and
Yeah, I would love
you
to hear
can.
your opinion on
Yeah,
Juventus, your team, as well as other teams as well.
nice one. All right. So vocabulary of the week. Well, you said there is no smoke without fire,
Mm,
and the context was you were basically claiming that Arsenal have always that Arsenal in the recent years have been hard done by. They have been on the receiving end of a lot of wrong
mm,
decisions by refs, VAR, and stuff like that. And I kind of disagreed with you. Right? I said, I don't think so, Nrup. This sounds like a conspiracy theory. I don't want to be one of the crying fans. But to
mm,
which you responded, there is no smoke without fire, Zdenek.
mm, mm,
Meaning, there must be, if you say there's no smoke without fire, it basically means there must be something about it. Because if you can see smoke, if you see smoke somewhere up in the sky, it means there is probably some fire somewhere, right? So it's like a
yeah, yeah.
metaphor, which means
Mm,
if you can see that a lot of bad decisions have gone against Arsenal, a lot of wrong decisions, then there's probably something true about the fact that Arsenal
mm,
are treated unfairly. Even though
mm.
I still don't believe it, but that's a lovely expression, lovely idiom from you, Nrup.
It's
Thanks for
just
that.
it's like the another way of explaining is that if there are too many coincidences, then maybe it's not a coincidence. Maybe there
True,
is
true,
there is a
true.
reason. There is some reason which
Yeah,
we cannot explain it,
yeah. It's
but
not just by chance. It doesn't happen
yeah.
by chance, but there is a reason behind it. And in
Yeah,
this case,
it's
some
not.
kind of cynical reason. In this case,
Mm,
Noop thinks that basically someone is corrupted, or someone is being put in an advantageous position or something like that, right? So
mm, mm.
interesting, Noop, interesting, good choice of vocab. And that will be all that will fit into this episode of Heroes of the Week. Thank you very
Mm.
much for watching. Thank you very much for participating, Noop. And do you have any final words for the listeners?
Uh,
Or
yeah, well, we like we said, please like, comment, share, support us as much as
yeah,
possible. Just ask ask us as many things as possible. Provide us some feedback,
mhm,
and just stay healthy. And we would be right over there, right over here next week, as long
yeah,
as football is there, as long as the channel is there, as
as
long
long
as
as we are
YouTube doesn't delete our videos.
as long as
Or
we
yeah.
are alive.
Hmm.
All right. Thank you
Thank you.
and take care, everyone. Bye, Noop.
Bye. Take care, Zdenek.
Bye, viewers.